There is a question that sounds almost childish when you first hear it. Do you actually need a girlfriend? Most people already have an answer. Some will say, of course, humans aren't meant to be alone. Others will say, no, you need to focus on yourself, building yourself. But I don't think either answer gets to the heart of the questions because this isn't really about having a girlfriend. It's about understanding what love is. Throughout history, philosophers, poets, and entire civilizations have tried to define love, yet no definition has ever fully captured it. Love has been described as sacrifice, patience, commitment, friendship, even chemistry. Everyone seems to recognize it, yet no one can completely explain it. Perhaps that's because love isn't simply an emotion, it's an experience. One of my favorite ideas comes from the poet Rainer Maria Rilke. He described love as the meeting of two worlds. I find that image beautiful. Every human being carries a world within them, a world of memories, fears, ambitions, beliefs, failures, victories, and dreams. No two worlds are ever the same. To truly know someone is to slowly explore that world. To truly love someone is to be invited into it. And maybe that is why love feels so extraordinary. Not because someone finally makes your life interesting, but because your universe suddenly becomes larger than it was before. Yet, that idea raises another question. If love is about sharing your world, what happens if you've never built one? I think this is where many of us become confused. We often hear people say, I'm looking for someone who completes me. At first, that sounds romantic. But if we are not careful, it becomes dangerous because we begin expecting another person to become our identity, to fix our loneliness, to heal our insecurity, to give us purpose. In other words, we expect love to save us. But I don't think love was ever meant to save us. I think it was meant to complete us. And those are two very different things. Think about a building. Before the roof is installed, before the walls are painted, before the lights are switched on, there must already be a foundation. Completion doesn't create the building, it finishes something that already exists. Perhaps love works the same way. Before another person can complete your life, there must first be a life worth completing. That means learning to know yourself, knowing your strength, accepting your weaknesses, understanding your values, taking care of your body, training your mind, building your character, learning to enjoy your own company instead of fearing silence. Creating a world that is genuinely yours. Because if you don't know your own world, how can you ever invite someone into it, right? There is nothing wrong with longing for someone. I actually think longing is one of the most human emotions we have. We long to be understood, to be seen, to laugh with someone, to build memories together, to grow old beside another person. That desire isn't a weakness, it's humanity. Now, the problem isn't longing, the problem is expecting someone else to become the foundation of your life. Social media often tells only half the story. Constantly asks, who is the person that will complete you? But almost never asks, are you becoming someone who can complete another person's life? Because love has never been a one-way gift. You aren't simply waiting for someone to enrich your world, you are preparing to enrich theirs as well. Love is mutual, it asks both people to give, both people to grow, both people to become better than they were before. And that reminds me of another idea I love, the paradox of independence. Most people think independence means not needing anyone, right? But is that really true? No human being, even you and me, are completely independent. We depend on farmers, teachers for our knowledge, friends for encouragement, family for our upbringing. Human beings have always lived through relationship. Perhaps the highest form of independence isn't isolation. Perhaps it's interdependence. Two people who individually capable yet freely choose to walk together. It sounds like contradiction. How can two people make each other more independent? Because the right relationship doesn't shrink your world, it expands it. It gives you the courage to become even more yourself. Imagine two people driving in the same car. The beauty isn't that they are sitting beside each other. The beauty is that they are traveling toward the same destination. Purpose matters more than proximity. You can love someone deeply, but if one person wants to drive north while the other insists on going south, eventually, even the short journey becomes painful. The strongest relationships aren't building only on attraction. They are built on shared direction, shared values, purpose. Two people who say, I know where I'm going. Where are you going? Maybe we can walk this road together. This means something is important. They don't stop being individuals, they don't erase one another, they remain two different people, two different worlds. Yet somehow by choosing the same road, both worlds become larger. Maybe that's what becoming one really means. Not losing yourself, but finding someone whose journey strengthens your own, while you strengthen theirs. So, do you need a girlfriend? I don't think that's the right question though. I think the better question is this. Are you building a world worth sharing? Are you becoming someone who knows his own mind, who understands his or her own heart, who has learned to be alone without becoming lonely, who has built life with purpose before asking someone else to join it? Because one day, if love finds you, it won't ask you to abandon your word. It will invite you to open its gates now. Are you ready?